next. We'll get it next.
I just started it, but so yeah, so that's how we should be looking at it, man. Is like we all have employees. The minute you got money, you got something that you can put to work. You know what I mean? So so with that being said, like I said, that's how the bank puts their money to work. So when we put our money into an insurance policy, like we do with infinite banking, we put it into a system that automatically has the ability to turn our debt cash into asset cash. Because I put it into a reservoir, into a system that my money is guaranteed to work for itself. You know, I'm guaranteed to get 4 to 8% on my money, right? So it's the same concept. And literally, before they changed laws, like it does have like the almost like the dope boy kind of concept to it. Like when you out in the streets and you make your money, like, you know, we like you got to turn that money into clean. You got to clean it, right? Like, yeah, I just got my bag doing what I was doing out here in the streets. I need to go, you know, put it into a laundromat or a barber shop or, you know, whatever the case may be. I need to go put it somewhere and clean it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the same mentality we need to have when we have earned income. Like, all right, like I had to go ruffle, I had to go out here and grind and get this bread. Now I got to go clean it and put it in somewhere. Now it's going to work for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's essentially what the insurance does for you. Right? So so that's that piece, man. But is that
hey B, let me cut you off. Is that the IUL or whatever you talk about?
So yeah, so let me get into that a little bit. And I wanted to touch on this because you know, I know we talked a little bit about it on the live, Aaron, and I flowed with it because that's where we was at. But I'm glad you're on here, bro, because I wanted to be honest and clear up anything. So like I was telling them, like, I don't know if he was on here, Blaine was talking to you about it already, but bro, like I went through you know, a certain level of training, you know, when it comes to setting up these banking policies. And I think I was just using an example, right, of like, let's say there's so the creator of this infinite banking concept, his name is Nelson Nash.
And
you know, and he's the one, like the whole mentality system, he brought it to life, like, right? And really the Black culture is just now getting it, probably over the past couple of years, right? But the example I was using was like, you know, what was the dude that you were saying, Blaine, got the cakes, Bob's Cakes?
It's Buddy's
Cakes.
What's the cake dude? Cake Boss.
Yeah, Cake Boss, Buddy, yeah, Cake Boss.
All right. So I'm just using that as an example. So let's say we was able to get Cake Boss's complete ingredients for his pound cake or whatever the cake is, right? Like step by step, this is exactly what he puts into his formula to make his pound cake, right?
Amazing.
It's amazing, right? if we started to kind of like tweak it just a little bit, you know, like maybe we took out 1 egg, he said 3, you know, he said 2 pounds of sugar, we put, you know, 3.5 pounds of sugar. Like, can we actually call it, you know, Boss's Cake anymore?
No,
you can't. No. You know what I'm saying? It may be close, but it ain't that, right? So this is the same thing, bro. I'm about to say about this banking. If you was to read Nelson Nash and the people I feel who take it from exactly the ingredients that he set up for it, there's a certain policy that works with that, you know, and I'm gonna compare the two. And what I'm saying is that the IUL, bro, it's a little bit different, you know what I'm saying, than what Nelson Nash himself describes
was doing.
what's best to utilize to set this up, right?
Mhm.
So these are, and I'm gonna tell you the ingredients of what a true banking policy should have. And I said, and I'm gonna tell y'all this because y'all can, I'm gonna just give you, like I said, the education that I have, and you know, and like go compare it. You know what I'm saying? And then we can work through it. But the companies and what we use what's called a dividend paying whole life policy, right?
Mhm.
So a dividends meaning, for one, that they pay out dividends.
Right.
So anytime that insurance company makes a profit, they share their
They kick it back.
profit with their insurance, their policy owners.
Right.
Bro, say that term again. Dividend what?
Dividend paying whole life
Policy.
policy, right?
Good.
All right. So and I'll go back a little bit further. The only insurance companies that pay dividends are called mutual companies. Mutual meaning, so you got stock holding companies and you got mutual companies. It's almost like the difference between a regular bank and a credit union.
Thanks.
Right? So like a stock insurance company has stockholders. So whenever the company makes money at the end of the year, they share their profits with their stockholders. Right?
Right.
Mutual company, whenever they share when they profit, they share their profits with their policy owners.
Gotcha.
Right? So that's the first ingredient. We need a mutual company that pays dividends. All right. The third thing is we need a company that's been around over 100 years. Reason being, we want to make sure they didn't stood the test of time. Great Depression, 08 market crash, like and not only that they've been around for the past 100 years, that they've paid out dividends every single year. Like meaning no matter what happened over the past 100 years, they've been profitable, right? And they've been able to share their profits with their policy owners. So that's the other thing that we look at. And then there's then a lot of these insurance companies are graded, like you got the Better Business Bureau, right? Like they grade businesses. It's called like Standard and Poor. There's some other gradings that insurance companies are graded by. And we make sure that these companies that we work with all have like A or A+ ratings. Again, because we want to make sure that they are financially sound, right? And the reason I'm saying all this is because, bro, like when I was talking about like we really take being a bank serious, like literally being a bank, you want to have a strong foundation, right? Like if I'm gonna say I'm about to build a family bank, I need to know that I'm building it on something that is literally go last. If I'm telling myself, hey, like I want my kids to borrow when they ready to buy a car, they buy a car from the family. Hey, I'm gonna go borrow 20 grand from the life insurance policy. I'm gonna pay for the car and you pay the family back. Right? Like, oh, you need 20% down on your first home. Like you don't got to go to Bank of America. You come to, the family bank. We let you borrow it and you pay the family back. If I want to utilize a banking system, these life insurance policies that way, I need something that's solid, right? A solid foundation, something that I know can't be interrupted in any type of manner. You know what I mean? So that's why we use the banking policy that we use in that manner. And these banking policies probably been around for, man, a few hundred years, right? And they've been around for that long. Now the IUL, and this is what I'm saying, bro, like there's people who teach infinite banking utilizing an IUL. And it can work, right? But what I always say is like, but this is the thing, it has the policy itself has the ability to be crippled sometimes, if you will, because, and the reason this is gonna get kind of technical, but y'all try to stay with me. With an IUL, it's still based on a S&P 500 point system, right? So your policy is kind of structured on it making a certain amount of money in the market, right? But if you have a year where that policy don't make that certain amount of money in the market, your premiums could rise, right? So let's say you was having $1,000 premiums that you was paying a monthly, and for whatever reason that IUL don't make the money that it was technically supposed to make, your premium might go up. Now you paying $1,800 a month. Like, damn, like, hold on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I done got myself into a little bit of a bind where, you know, I got to put more money into the policy because the policy didn't make enough money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is that making sense?
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
People
So-
ever fall off because of that fact in the IUL? Like I had it and it
And then
busted
like,
me.
yeah, then it's like, damn, well, I couldn't, the premiums then went up. I can't afford it.
And I lose.
Now my whole banking system, now if I can't, you know, now it elapsed and my whole banking system then collapsed. You know what I'm saying?
Just off
um,
of not paying your premium.
Exactly.
You can
You
go
know-
10 years going down the line and then for whatever reason you can't pay your premium and all of that's gone.
Right. And that's what and this is like, you know, so, you know, somebody may argue like, oh, but what's the likely chance of that happening, right? Like the S&P 500 is safe. Like they, you know, it's the top 500 companies. You know, first of all, we know like it fluctuates every year. But secondly, the point is I'd rather you just not even have to have that headache. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather you just not even be a topic of discussion. You know what I'm saying? Like with the dividend paying whole life, you get a guaranteed 4% interest that your money will, like a guarantee, right? No, it don't matter what's going on contractually in the policy, you're guaranteed to have at minimum of 4%, right? And then once the company pays out dividends, you could get another 1 to 4% on top of your guarantee of dividends. So that's why we say anywhere from between 4 to 8%. That's with the whole life dividend. With an IUL, it's more high returns, right? You have the potential to make more. With most IULs, you can make 12%, right?
Yeah, from the market. Yeah.
From the market, right? But you also have the ability to make zero.
Make zero, yeah.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
that's the one that mirrors the S&P, right? 500.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the
Exactly.
IUL. The
Yeah.
IUL
Yeah.
mirrors it.
Right. So yes, you do have the ability to make more,
But the other policy is guaranteed.
but
And
the
then
other
on
one,
top, then the
Yeah.
other one. Okay.
it don't matter. Like no association with the market.
Yeah, fact.
You just straight guaranteed 4%. So it's more predictable. Like it's not even predictable, it's guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Like only thing that's not guaranteed is dividend because you know dividend is only based on the company making money and giving you, you know what I'm saying, being profitable. You know, but like I said, we only deal with companies who have paid out dividends for the past 100 years. So it's
Yeah.
damn near, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Damn near
fact.
guaranteed.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
You never know though. It could
Yeah.
be a trading places where niggas met, you know what I'm saying?
What you
Niggas
talking-
ruined the Duke and Dukes corner. You seen that movie, B?
I think Trading Places. I don't remember what you're talking about though. What
Oh
part?
yeah, you gotta go back and watch Trading Places.
Yeah.
You remember the bums that coming to America that was
Right.
in the trash, and he gave them that bag with the money in it.
Right.
They was like that. They was sitting on top of the market, and the plot in the movie, you know what I'm saying, ended up screwing them out because they, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, they're screwing them, getting them off the market, and they was bums and coming to America.
Right.
And we was
right,
like,
right.
Mortimer, we're back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he gave him that bag.
But they was messing with the market though, right?
Yeah, they was getting niggas was giving them the reports. Like basically they was paying for the answers to what's about to happen. So they was buying a nigga was leaking information to them, and then they was buying them. You know what I'm saying? That's how they built their company up. You know what I'm saying? And then Eddie Murphy and the other dude, Dan Aykroyd, they basically
Yeah.
filtrated their plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And made it work for them and not Duke and Duke.
And that's a good point, bro. And this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm like really just telling y'all is like you even giving that example is the people who really practice infinite banking, like that's why they practice it, because
Right.
they don't I don't mess with banks, and I don't mess with the stock market. I don't mess with Wall Street. Like I don't deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Because and at hearts of hearts is crooked, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's crooked.
That's what that movie is based on.
Yeah, you know. So like,
go ahead.
and what I tell people is like, man, all good information isn't important information. You know what I'm saying? But all important information is good.
Nigga,
And-
you need to watch that movie, Trading Places. You
Bro,
can
I
find
mean, I
it
seen it years ago, but I'm gonna watch it
Yeah,
again.
rewatch it with this.
Because I'll probably be able to see it with new eyes.
You're gonna be like, this movie's a classic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But so what I'm saying is like, bro, like I battled, bro. Like Aaron, no lie. I felt convicted a little bit. Like we was talking and we was vibing, but like the next day I called my mentor, one of my mentors in this industry. Cause I was like, man, I pride myself with giving the most valuable information as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like I really do. So like the next day I called, I'm like, man, because I had been getting, you know, like seeing like other advisors, insurance advisors, and like they teach like, you know, utilizing the IUL to practice banking. So I called my one of my mentors and I hollered at him and I'm like, man, you know, like, can it work? Like, can you do it? And he was like, you can. He was like, you can, yes, you can do it, but like, that's not how we do it. Like that's personally not how we do it. And for these various reasons, you know? And I was like, you know, bet, like, I appreciate you. Like, man, like and like, for me, I could do it with the IUL, but I'm gonna just stick to what's been practiced. You know what I'm saying? And
it's cool. It's just like Pace. He'd be like, the Burr is cool if you wanna go through that strategy, you know what I'm saying? But nigga, I'm buying 10 homes, no Burr, no banks, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like you can be like, it's cool, but and next time you get that stage, just make sure you make that clear. Like I've been on here before, I've said this before on public, but now that I'm, you know what I'm saying, continue my education, more well-versed, like I think this is the best route outside of UILs. You know what I'm saying? Explain that.
And that's like, and that's if you're literally wanting to practice family banking, you know what I'm saying? Like if that's what you're coming to me saying that you want to do, then this is the route that I suggest you go about it. Now, if you just want an insurance policy, you know what I'm saying? Then you can do it with IUL. But like I said, if I'm building something that I want to last for my family's you know, if I'm talking about legacy banking, one of the last something, like I said, that this same banking system can be utilized for my kids, kids, something that we need to make sure is built on a solid ground. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying is like, basically make a long story short with that is with the dividend paying whole life, you get a solid ground because you know you're guaranteed contractually to make at least 4%. And then you can make anything on top of that, you know, as far as 8%. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care. I don't really care that I can go make 12% over there with an IUL. Like, it's cool, but what I'm building is more important than just the insurance. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally building a bank. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mindset behind it. And there's another thing called, y'all can write this down too. Like y'all could go like call another agent, ask them. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is another thing you can write down too, is you need an insurance company that it's called non-recognition. right? Non-recognition. So what that means is, like I said, at the end of the year, you get that interest, right? But let's say you got $20,000 in your policy, right? Or cash value in your policy, and you borrow 10 grand, right? One of the things about it is that, like we talked about, like your money, even though you borrow 10 grand, your money is still in the account gaining interest, right? But when you have a non-recognition insurance company, what that means is that they don't recognize that you have a policy out against your loan. So, so what that means is they go still give you your 4 or 8% on the 20 grand.
Facts.
Not
Right?
the 10.
Not on 10 because you borrowed 10 out.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But then there are insurance companies that are called, they do recognize that. Like, yo, like
Right.
we'll give you 20, but if you got 10 out on a loan, then we only giving you 10
It's on the 10.
interest on the
Yeah.
10. You know what I mean? So we always make sure we with a company that non-recognition. You know what I'm saying? Because we want you to make 4 to 8% on that 20 grand,
20,
regardless,
yeah.
Right.
regardless if you got a loan out on it.
So be real quick. Would you still recommend getting a term policy for the bigger death benefit and
Fact.
then having this as well?
I was
Facts.
just about to ask that
That's
because
a
I
great
got
question, bro.
policies on my kids and myself now, but I don't think it's nothing like this.
That's great. So that's I did the same thing. So I got a $750,000 term policy, right? 20
Yeah. How much you pay a month for that one?
$41 a month.
Oh yeah, I need that set up because
Yeah,
one of mine
facts.
about to lapse, and I just, you know what I'm saying. Well, not lapse. It was from my job, so yeah, it is about to lapse. Put it that way.
Yeah. So and you know, and I tell everybody, you still need income protection, right? Because most whole life policies, you gonna start off smaller because the premium is gonna be higher. But you know, so that one protects my family, right?
Yeah.
If anything was to happen to me, like, you know, they said, bam, 750 grand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can continue to live their life that they was accustomed to living. You know? So yeah, you still need that. But then, like I said, I just started my first banking policy a few weeks ago. And so with that, I can just tell y'all, I started my first banking policy with $5,000. And I do an annual premium.
Mhm.
I do an annual premium with my banking policy, meaning I make one premium a year. So
Correct.
in June
Much
of
is
next
that?
year,
How much is that premium?
5,000.
Oh, so you gotta pay 5,000 a year?
Right.
At one lump sum though.
One lump
Yeah,
sum,
one time.
right? You know, versus like I could do it like
Break it down the payments.
500 a month.
Yeah.
But you know, I just like, you know, and this kind of it kind of helps you because you're able to utilize it quicker. So in 2 more weeks, go
I got
ahead.
an amateur question.
Yeah.
So like, okay, you gotta pay that 5,000, but the money that you're making ain't nowhere near gonna cover that from the interest growing, because it's only, like you said, 4%.
Not now.
Yeah, not in the
But it
beginning.
will.
Eventually, yeah. You know, eventually over
What's
time.
4% of, what is that? What's 4% of 5,000?
200.
Like $200,
Huh?
yeah, something like that.
So
Think so.
every year you
Well,
gotta
maybe
come
not.
up.
Is it? No, it might be 20. I can't do the math. Right now.
Bello here, give me this.
No, 10% of 5,000 is 500. So 5% of it is 250. So yeah, about 200.
Yeah. And honestly, let me straighten that up. I only make money on what's available in the cash reserve. So my whole premium is $5 grand, right? But around 2,000 of that went
It's
to
in cash.
is my cost of insurance.
Okay. So 3,000 is your cash value.
Yeah, so I'll make 4% on the 3,000.
Bet.
Right. So but in like 2 weeks, and technically mine's is like 2,700. But in 2 weeks, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna borrow. I'm gonna take that 2,700 right back out.
Yeah.
So when you take it out though, okay, boom, you take it out.
Now you're gonna try and flip that money because that
You gotta, do you have to double it when you come back? Like, I'm gonna give you this 5 and another 5.
It's a loan. It's a loan to
is it
yourself.
like I took the 5 out, and so now the next time So yeah, it's a loan. So
So
you got to give
so
your,
that money he got paid back, right? But that's separate from his premium. He's still the next year he still got paid that $5,000 premium.
Correct.
Still.
when do you got to pay that
Plus-
back? Though?
Plus, and then he can explain to you about the terms of that loan on your own money.
Yeah. So yeah, yep.
So
So
I
yeah.
guess what I'm saying, you put the 5 in, you
Mhm.
took the 5 out.
No, so
This-
let's stop you right there real quick.
Yeah.
I can't
cash
take
value.
a whole $5,000 out. So
Yeah.
part of
Agreed.
it goes to actually paying for insurance. So the 2,000 of the 5,000 that's my premium goes to my cost of insurance. So y'all's asking me about whole life, or you start asking me about still having a term, Aaron. So that 2,000 paid for me $270,000 of permanent life insurance. So
Gotcha.
right now on my family, I got 750,000 in term, right?
Yeah.
20 years. But then I just went and bought permanent life insurance, and I got 260,000 of permanent.
Yeah.
You know, and so collectively right now I got $1 million in life insurance, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
But you
so
only could take 3 out. You
He
can't
can only,
take,
yeah,
let's go
he
back
can
to
only
that.
borrow. He can only borrow 3. That 3 is a cash value. So
Yeah, so
Right.
2,000 went to 2,000 of it went to paying for my $250,000 of permanent insurance, right? And then the other 3,000 went to my savings account,
right.
and that's what I'm able to borrow from.
Right. But it's a percentage of how much you can borrow of your cash too, right? You can't borrow the whole 100%.
No, I'm gonna take out the whole 2,700.
Okay, you can borrow the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah. So
So
Okay.
is that,
Yeah,
that- I came in late. Is that at the 5,000 is going 2 different ways? Is that what you're saying right now?
So,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
right.
Break it down one more time for me. I had to run this here to Velo real quick. Give me
All right. So how my policy is set up, like I said, I started my first banking policy with $5,000, right?
Okay.
And I pay annually, right? So in June of next year, I'll owe another $5,000 because that's my annual premium, right?
You broke it. You did that intentionally. Instead
Correct.
Of, okay.
Correct.
Okay.
For
You
a
can go
couple of
monthly.
reasons.
you can go
For a couple of
monthly if you
reasons, but
want.
the main reason is that I'm able to use my bank a lot quicker.
Facts.
Because you build it up
Paying
bigger,
more, yeah.
faster.
That makes sense. You
Exactly.
build it up faster.
The more I put in, the quicker I'm able to borrow more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
And
you know
still make money.
exactly. I can
So-
really take that 2,700 out, go make $5,000 to cover my premium for next year.
Facts.
So B, let me ask you this, right? So right
Mhm.
now your premium 5. Boom, we got that. But you had a big year. So you like, man, I got an extra 50. I'm gonna dump it to this policy.
Yeah.
How does that work from what goes to the premium versus what goes to the cash value versus what's, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? Like, does that say if okay, boom, I'll start out 5,000. Now I'll make a little more money. Now I want to do $10,000 premium. So I'm going to up my policy essentially. How does the inner workings of that kind of play out?
Yep. Let me. I'm gonna answer that real quick, Aaron. And I'm gonna get back to you, Gavin, because I ain't.
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
Yep. So Aaron, so with that situation, so typically you can only put an extra 20% into the
Got you.
policy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's say, and that just, great question, like, because it happens. Like, all right, bam, somebody their income is shot up. Basically, what we gonna do is just start you another policy.
Yep. Makes sense.
You could start it on yourself. You can start it on your wife. You can start it on your daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's like, people end up having 10, 20 of these policies. You know what I'm saying? Because they just start them on different family members.
Exactly. Okay.
So that answers
Okay.
that. But you wanted me to break down this
Go ahead.
$5,000 real quick, Gavin.
Yeah.
So let's, for simple terms, let's say I got $2,000 went to my cost of insurance,
Right.
right? Because I have $250,000 of permanent insurance.
Okay.
Then 3,000 went to my cash value, or let's
Right.
we call it a savings account, right?
Right.
And that's what I'm able to borrow against. That's what I'm able to borrow against. One. Secondly, that's what I'm able to. That's what makes the interest. So I don't make interest on the complete $5,000. I only make interest
Only on the 3,000.
on the 3,000. That's in the savings account.
Okay.
All right. And you can
When can
borrow.
you borrow from it? Go ahead.
You can borrow from that $3,000 31 days after you start the policy.
Okay.
So in July, I'll be able to take that $3,000 out, borrow from it,
Okay.
and do whatever I want with it.
Okay.
Now,
And
You
how
still
quickly do
making
you have
money
to pay
though.
that back?
You
now
still making
Blaine
money.
was, huh?
You still
Yeah,
making
yeah,
money.
that's
Yeah.
still that $3,000 still
Still
Yeah.
making the
4%
4%.
plus
Yeah,
dividend, plus
Yeah.
dividend, right?
So
So
when
Blaine was
do you gotta
asking,
pay that back?
this is you the bank, bro. You the bank. When do you want to pay it back? It's up to you.
Now, okay, so I don't have to pay it back, but the premium, so we can have a situation where I haven't paid it back, but then we get to the next year and now I gotta pay
The
the
5
The
grand.
next premium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
now
when
you
I
at,
pay
so now
that
you at
premium,
8
I'm
grand.
already, so when I pay that premium of 5,000, I can go get that the 3 again, or I gotta pay the 3 back to go get the new 3. You know what I'm saying?
Good question. Yeah, it's kind of technical, but yes. So let's say, all right. So let's say that let's use that as an example, right? Let's say you first year you had 5, you borrowed the 3, never paid the 3 back, right? Never paid it back. Next year you put another 5 grand in, right? Or your premium was 5 grand, so technically you put
Right.
another 3 grand in
And you
savings.
technically paid
Right?
it back.
Yeah. I
Pay
need
the
that
back.
3 now. I need
So
that 3 again. I
now,
ain't paid that
so
one yet.
now it's just another 3 in there.
Ooh.
But
That's
hold
wrong.
on. Let me do this. There is a cost to borrowing their money.
Right.
5% simple interest. So they
Wait.
will,
Go
huh?
ahead.
The difference between there's a difference between compounding interest and simple interest.
Right.
But they're going to at the end of that next year they are going to charge your savings account, or they're going to 5% simple interest, right?
Of whatever your term, whatever is out now, whatever your balance is, or whatever you took out of the
Whatever
original
you took
balance.
out, so you'll pay 5% on
Okay.
that 3,000.
That's 3,000.
Yeah.
So you won't necessarily. So let's say that's what $100. Let's just say that's $100. The next year you never paid it back. So instead of another 3, but you dumped another 3 grand into it.
Right.
So really you have 2,900.
Yeah, it just
Because you
paid.
pay that simple interest of 5%.
Exactly.
Right.
Facts. All right.
But
Exactly.
when you get on a bigger scale, that could, the numbers
But
get
hold
bigger.
on, right?
Probably the
But
interest probably
I
lower.
also made 4%
I was just about to say you make, facts.
plus
You also-
dividends. So I might have made 5% that year. So it really washed. Right?
Makes sense.
Right.
Facts.
I'm not paying
So the
that
same
interest
time,
on what
the
I'm
same
loaning.
time they charged me my 5% interest, the same exact day they credited my account 5%.
Yeah, facts.
Mm,
Facts.
Bro, that
That's
just got
crazy.
me thinking, bro.
That's free interest
crazy.
loan.
Let me ask you this, B.
0 interest loan, bro.
Yeah, let me just ask you this, right? I have a loan from a bank, right? 6% interest, right?
Yep.
But if I was to take that loan out and put it into one of these joints,
Yeah. No, what you're saying is
Harder?
what I would do is I would pay minimum on that loan. Let's just
that's
say
what I'm
hypothetically,
saying.
stack as much money in my cash value life insurance, buy back my loan. I'll
That's
buy
what,
back
yeah,
my
that's
loan
that's
and
what I was
then
getting at.
and pay myself back when I'm ready.
Exactly.
So you saying
And
if Aaron got $100,000 credit card, he gonna
no,
take
not
it
even
all
the credit
out,
card, not
whole
even the
100
credit
out.
card, bro. It's even deeper than that. I got a line
Okay,
of credit.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, but the
He
credit
got
card,
100,000.
the credit card though got too much interest on it. I got a line of credit, simple interest, 6%, interest only payments for the next 5 years or 4 years. So with that being said, I only owe 6% one time in the next 4 years, and I'm only making payments on the interest. So if I got 50 grand, 6% interest, my total interest may be 2,500, right? I'm only making payments on that 2,500, which would be about $25 a month. But I could stick that money into that account for the next 3 years while I'm paying on simple interest and make 5%, or you say 4% minimum each year on that money.
Yeah, so
And I can still borrow that money for myself again.
Damn.
And then choose my own terms of when I want to pay that money back.
So pretty much all your what
Crazy,
about the
bro.
like the 1 year? What about the 1 year 0%? Like what when you just go get a whole bunch of 1 year 0% interest?
Well, yeah, but
and
after that year, you gotta pay it back. You gotta think, bro. I can literally take that 50 grand. I'm only gonna pay 6% on one time. and it's gonna make me 4% each year I sit it in there.
I understand.
So
that.
it's
I-
gonna it's
that-
so that
that
so it's
I
gonna pay us.
understand.
Now,
But-
Aaron, when now you said, all right, so you say you can take the 50 grand out, right?
I can take the 50 grand out, simple interest at 6% right now. Interest only payments, meaning to manage that loan, it'd only be about $25 to $50 a month.
So that's the key. Interest only payments.
Interest only payments. So I'm only paying
Mhm.
on the interest for the next 4 years. So I can take that 50 grand, stick it
Yeah.
in that account for the next 4 years, while I'm only
Yeah.
paying on the interest $50 a month to keep that loan open and valid and cool. And while that 50 grand is growing 4% minimum every single year. So literally that'd be 16%. I'll be up 16% on that money, and I have to pay back
Yeah.
6%. So
And
I'll be up 10%.
And that compounds, right? So I'm trying to think what's 4%, or what's 5% is 50 grand is what?
Well, 10% is 10%.
2,500.
Yeah, exactly. Because 10% is 5,000, so that's 2,500.
Right. So, but the next year is gonna be 52,500, and it'll grain, so that's compounded, right?
That's
But
what I'm saying.
the other kicker is, like, I can also take my 50 grand out and go make whatever play I want. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I said. And I can still borrow from myself and create my own terms to pay it back.
Right.
Oh man.
Hey, now listen
that's
to
crazy.
this. Okay, that's your line of credit you got. But so with that, are you saying it wouldn't work for, like, let's just say somebody that's beginning, that's got like, I got a
Yeah. I got you.
$20,000.
Yep, I got your question. So what I'm saying is, it could work, but you're playing at a higher risk level because you're playing with credit cards. Like I said, there's a difference between compounding and simple.
Yeah.
Credit cards are compounding, and like I said, I only got 16.
What does that mean? What does
Compounding mean
compound mean?
every single month it's adding up on each other. Simple interest means
on interest.
yeah, it's interest on interest. So if say I swipe a card for $1,000 a day and I owe 10% interest on it next month, right? That's 1,100 or 1,010, whatever that would be, right? And then the next month to that, now I'm getting charged another 10% on that 1,100. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
That's
then I'm
compounding.
getting, so then
So it's
that
what?
interest payment. Yeah,
So it's $10 the first month. What is it?
Well,
the
it's
second month?
$100.
It's $100 a month first month. The next month it might be 100
20.
200. You know what I'm saying? 250 the next month. The next month of that might jump up to 300. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's by month. Versus simple interest, if you owe 6% or 10% on something, that's all you owe.
On the
For the
principal.
term.
Okay,
For
do
the
they give
term.
out simple?
On the
you
whole
gotta-
term.
You gotta be
Right.
on another level to get a simple interest
They
credit
don't.
card?
No, they don't do simple interest credit cards because that's not the credit card play. That's not the product. You know what I'm saying? That the
Yeah,
credit
the
cards is the most
product, no.
dangerous.
You can have
That's the
essential
most-
interest line of credit.
Right.
And that's why it will work for you, Aaron, because to see other people that think about, but the fact that you have a interest only for 4 years is what makes
crazy.
it. Now, if somebody was like, yeah, like they had a regular loan payment, then I wouldn't suggest it, right?
Exactly. Yeah, but I'm only paying on
Nigga,
the
open up a
interest.
$10,000 policy on me, nigga.
You say what?
Open up a $10,000 policy on me.
But yeah.
I got 10. I got a good 5 coming, y'all.
I think
It's
that
six
would
coming.
definitely
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I
that's
understand
something-
what you're saying.
Now-
that's something
That's
I'm gonna have to
crazy.
rework. But
Now,
Yeah.
what we would do, Aaron, too, is right because
What we gonna do, Aaron?
we wouldn't want you to have a $50,000 annual premium, right? So,
right.
So what we have to do is attach a monthly premium to that, probably. So let's say you did
Right.
take out the 50 grand, but then we may have to do I don't know. We will talk to, like I said, I got a guy that we could talk to like structure it, but it may be a $500 a month premium that you may have to have associated with it.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you'll be able to borrow the 50 grand immediately and then have a monthly premium that you'll pay too.
Maintain. Right.
Exactly. But also just knowing that whatever's, but there's going to be, it's going to be the same difference. It's gonna be the same difference even with the monthly premium. Part of it is gonna go to the cost of insurance. Part of it is gonna go to the cash reserve. Right.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So same thing. So it may be.
So let me my ref cut you off, but so right now, right, you got that $2,000 covered your $250,000. What if I'm like, well, I only want $250,000 insurance policy, and the rest I want to go in my cash reserve? Does it work like that, or is it like, no, you put in 50 in, so we gonna take this amount of percent to put into your insurance policy because you're putting that much in?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is I don't know the exact numbers, but I believe I do know. Like if you start a policy with let's say you can't start a policy with $50,000 in cash value and have a $100 a month premium
Type of deal.
Because it's called a because that's what people used to do, but too much finesse. Tax law came in and stopped people from doing that because it was tax evasion. Like that's like wealthy people used to buy these life insurance policies. They'll put $1 million in cash value and be paying like $100 monthly premium. And it was like, and they came in like, yo, like you ain't buying life insurance. Like you just trying to avoid paying taxes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's called a MEC limit. It's called a modified endowment contract. So basically saying if you start off with a certain amount of money, then there has to be a certain amount of insurance that you're buying. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to figure out what that number is. Obviously I don't know that number off the top of my head, but we'll just have to see what that is.
Okay, all good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good information. Yeah, that's real good. After this, bro, if you got some time to draw a write a policy, or if you want to do it tomorrow, Monday, I need that.
Yeah. So basically, just to start off, you just need a term.
Yeah, I want 2 terms. I need 3 terms. I need 2 for me and 1 for Nadi.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Yeah, we can do that, bro. And then like I said, down the line, whenever that time is, we'll work on this banking strategy. But
yeah, for sure. I need that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, y'all, any other questions y'all was thinking about?
I got a page.
What's the lowest you can come in at?
It depends, and that's a great question, bro. Like and again, like even what Gavin was saying, like, bro, one of the things I would do is like, because we can talk high level, we can talk starting, you know what I'm saying? So, for some people, it's just like, yo, I need to put my money into a savings account that I know is gaining interest, and I'm protecting my money, right? So you say you just did it. You just look like, damn, like I got $1,500 a month that I don't know where it's going.
And I got money saved right now. I need to set up a policy with you too.
Yeah. So it could be like, usually we say 2/3, right? If I was to go through somebody's budget, I'm like, yeah, you got 1,500 of cash flow. Usually like, well, let's take 1,000. You keep 500. Let's take 1,000 and start your banking policy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or we can do whatever you feel comfortable with, 500, 750.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you could start off with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, the thing is, you just need to understand that it's going to take a longer time for your bank to build up. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say you was doing, $750 a month, right? Yeah. 250 of it may be going to premium.
Yeah.
But then you got 500 of it going to your cash value.
Yeah.
Right. So let's say you like, all right, man, but I want to borrow, when they get to like 5,000 or 2,500, whatever you want to do, just go take a little bit longer for it to gradually build up. You know what I'm saying? But what I say is, it's like, it's you don't start doing wealth habits when you get wealthy. Like
start now, facts.
Exactly. You start doing wealthy habits now so you can get wealthy.
Exactly. And that 4% is annual, right?
Huh?
That 4% is annual.
Annual, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
let's say I start there, right? Let's say it's 1,000. I start there. Yeah. I got the cash flow increases. Mm-hmm. I get another policy instead of putting more money to the same one.
Right. So we'll see. Like, all right, let's say, let's say you You know, it just depends, right? Because like I said, we can put 20% more
Okay.
of cash value in that policy for the year.
Right. Depending how much money you got over.
So if what you making now is equivalent to that 20%, then we'll just dump it into that policy.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But if you done made way more, then what you put in, we'll just start a new one.
Okay.
What if your income is unpredictable?
Yeah.
And you just got a lump. Like I just got money.
I want to play it safe then, so you don't risk losing your.
Stay at
like I got look like me. My shit is unpredictable. I don't have a W-2 and like but I got 5 bands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So it could be like, so again, you know, so one of the as we continue to do this, like, you know, it's about to really utilize it, like, you know, how, you know, let's say the wealthy do, you know, you need to have cash and cash flow, right? So, you know, so like, and that's kind of the two things I want to look at, you know, but you can just start off with cash flow like Gavin. He got, you know, he talked about, he got, you know, about $1,500 of cash flow. And then, you know, for him, would you say that's pretty predictable for you right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It's more, I know for a fact it's way more than that. That's just
when you say cash flow, you mean earned income?
No, that's after expenses. What I make, and then after expenses, the money that's left is my cash flow.
Right. So like, you know, he was saying like after expenses each month, he got about $1,500 of cash flow. That's what I was referring to.
And I know it's way more than that just because of the miscellaneous money I make that I don't document that I need to. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you know, that's like you playing it safe, right?
Yeah,
that's like playing it safe.
Facts.
So, you know, basically that's cool. But let's say, you know, Gavin get a whop, you know, quick whop and come up on 20 grand, right? You know what I'm saying? Or something like, you know, I wouldn't, like, we can work on putting that into another policy, but we still want to, from a monthly premium standpoint,
the one I got,
we want to make sure it's still reasonable for his cash flow that he got coming in each month. So for you,
from a yearly premium. So like the nigga that necessarily like me, like mine is unforgivable. So like I put the 5 bands in, do an annual, get my 3 back, put it into my VAs, flip some deals, and get it back. You know
and that would be good for somebody who does have an unpredictable
income.
You know, income. So like you said, like I'm a hustler, like I flip a wholesale. Like I know I get bags every few months. Annual premium might make more sense for you because you know, like, yo, if I could start a 10 grand policy. I know in a year I'm gonna have 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna flip a couple houses, I'm gonna do a couple of deals, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm good. Give me a year and I'm gonna have that 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, versus you doing a, you know, let's say it was an 800. If you broke down that 10 grand to a month-to-month policy, that'd be like what, 800? Something like that. It may you like, I don't know if I got $800 in cash flow each month.
Yeah.
Right. That may be a little that may be a little bit more hard for me to do.
Right.
But I know in a year I'm gonna make some plays. I'm gonna have 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather do an annual premium.
Thanks.
You know, but all I'm gonna say is make sure you got that 10
Make sure you got that 10.
Yeah.
You know
or it's over.
So what happens? Okay, what happens? What is the consequences of defaulting on your, like, losing it? What did I really lose it though? What's the worst case scenario?
It's over. It's over.
Your policy lap, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like, what? Okay, I put 5 in.
So that 2 bands is gone. That original 2 bands is gone. And you got your 3 back, but the 2 bands is gone, and you'll have no insurance no more.
Yeah.
Okay, but it doesn't.
And you don't have.
I'll do another one.
So there is a time frame, right?
Right.
So there's like a grace period. So you know, it may be like 30 days or 45 days. I will double check that. So you may have 30 or 45 days to come up with it before it completely lapses, right?
Right, but when it completely lapses, I only lost 2. I mean, I guess it's worth
if you're talking 10 grand, if you let's say you had a 10 grand annual premium and the next year came up, and you ain't had your 10 grand. Yeah, I mean, you lost essentially. Now this is what I will check. I will check this, y'all, and because I don't know the answer. I believe they will refund you your cash value.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I do believe you can at least get your 7 grand back.
If you ain't borrowed it already.
Right. If you haven't borrowed already.
Yeah, and if you borrowed already, you still owe them that interest payment too.
Exactly. That's correct. So, but let's say you never touched it, which probably is unlikely. But let's say you never touched it. Worst case scenario, you could borrow the 7 that you got available, get another 3, and pay your premium.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm.
But I'm saying, worst case
again,
scenario. I took the 10. I put 10 in. I took 6 because that's all y'all let me get. I put 10 in. I took 6.
Right.
I ain't make it shape like I thought it would, and then I lapsed. So I lost the 4, which is, you know what I'm saying? That's a loss. That ain't good.
Yeah, because that
doesn't mean I can't go to either you, or can I come back to you and open another one up?
Yeah, I mean, we can go to another.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they made their money on you already, so they got their bread.
Oh yeah.
So you gotta think you spent $4 grand. You spent $4 grand on a 1-year policy. They're like, hell yeah, come shop again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Hey, hold on. I would say yes and no. Yes and no, because at the end of the day, and we just talking about like I have a what's called a fiduciary responsibility to write good business. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nigga, I was with
you. Know what I'm saying? This dude shaky.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Because the insurance company may look at me like, bro, like who you dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want you writing policies for us no more. Like your cats, they start with 20 grand and then next year they ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? But but yes, in a sense, like we could go to another insurance company, start you another policy, and you be good. But you know, like you said, worst case scenario.
I just want to know what the worst. So it don't affect my credit, nothing like that.
No, you know what I'm saying, and that's the beauty, bro. That's the beauty about it. Like you, your own bank. Like you don't, when you borrow your money, they not looking for no credit check. They not asking you for no terms. It's not going on your credit. You could be on some trash, knowing you ain't gonna pay it back, start somebody's policy, take the, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just know you ain't gonna pay it, you know, and it ain't gonna affect your credit, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
but if you thinking like that, B, it's just like, well, you might as well get you a term like policy and keep your 4 stacks. It's like you can get a term for 1 year for $40.
Because if I got a chance, you feel me? I'm betting on the chance.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah, but
there is no reward on this backside for real. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, if you betting on a chance, you're gonna need as much capital as possible to make things shake. So it's like, why put it into a policy that you like about where you can literally get the term, like you can get way more of a death benefit of, you know what I'm saying? And then you got more money in your hands to work with. You feel me? So it's like, when I look at this infinite banking, like you got to come into it like prepared. Like it's cool to come into it with like little capital, so you can like you can practice the fundamentals of infinite banking.
Right.
But it's really like really beneficial when you really got a good chunk of money to be able to play with, because then that interest, because you buying time essentially. Your money is working with the time. You know what I'm saying? The longer you keep the policy going, the more beneficial it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Plus, the more money you can put into it in them premiums, the better it's gonna be quicker in your time, because the interest is growing at that much of a larger rate, because it's interest on more money. You know what I'm saying? So, like this banking is like, I mean, this insurance and this banking is really it's a next level tier of insurance and just financial literacy, period. Yeah. So when you coming into it, don't even come into it like you trying to play with it, because this ain't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you don't want to be the guy that spends 10 bands on a premium. They 4 bands on a policy, and you only keep it for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't make sense. Where you can literally it defeats the whole purpose. When you can literally get $1 million policy, pay $1,200 for that term, And at the end of the year, if you don't want to keep paying on it, you just don't pay it. But you only spent $1,200 on that policy instead of 4 bands on $500,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Yeah,
that's an extra 30, 3 bands in your pocket to be able to make shake. So just think about it like that. Like me, I'm not about to start infinite banking just yet, because I know with me, it's like I'm actually going for a little bit more riskier strategy where all my money I'm getting in, I'm putting back out, hopes of getting a much higher return than 4%. Like I'm trying to get 20% back on my money right now.
Exactly.
But I do want to have my term in place just for my family and things of that nature.
Exactly.
And when I'm ready to jump into the infinite banking, I'm not just gonna throw I'm not gonna do, this is me personally, I'm not gonna do a start off $1,000. Like I'm gonna try and I'm gonna start off with $10,000-$15,000 annual premiums. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
why wouldn't you just do the $50,000 play that you had mentioned? Why wouldn't you do that?
I mean, I personally, first of all, I mean, let's say, AC was working with me on that. I mean, we would just, like I said, bro, like I would tap in with somebody, you know what I'm saying? And like my mentor, he been doing this for years, and we'll just discuss it, right? Obviously that's a lot of money, just, all the implications, like, what type of monthly premium or annual premium will we have to attach to that 50 grand, and just make sure he's in a financial and suitable position to be able to take that on. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, like, yes, this is for the most part, it's a wealth play. Like, this reason we never really heard about infinite banking, because it's really for the wealthy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But again, that don't mean
for like a flipper, like Aaron. Like,
yo, my bad. I had to take a call real quick.
No, you good. But not even for a flipper, but just like, bro, it's people who making, hey, I'm making $500,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to avoid taxes. Like, I don't want to spend, like, I don't want my money in the bank. I don't want $100,000 in the bank that I got to pay taxes on every single year. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather dump that money into an insurance policy and let it grow tax free. You know what I'm saying? That's their mentality.
I understand that, but and I don't know all the intricacies, but like a flipper, like Aaron, you that house we talked about. Let's just say that with any flip, you know what I'm saying? Any flip. Yeah. Like, I open up a policy. I know the project is gonna be like, Denoda could do this. Like, I know the policy is gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the project gonna cost me $125, but I'm gonna sell it for $350. So I open up the policy, rate in 31 days, you know what I'm saying? And then flip it out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good,
put it back in.
Right. That's a great strategy, depending on how much you really working with, though. Like I said, I'm not gonna, this me personally, and I had to run down every number to see if the deal even makes, you know what I'm saying, if the full deal as far as putting the policy even matters or makes sense, right? Because my thing is, if I'm about to, like I heard you like talking about the 50 grand, it's like I still have to run my numbers to make sure it makes sense. Because like Brandon said, if I start a $50,000 premium, now I gotta pay $50,000 every year. So it's like trying to even
whatever facts.
Understand that, right? So I gotta understand that piece first. I gotta have 50 grand. If I want to start a $50,000 premium.
Well, let me stop you there, Aaron. If you did start that, we definitely wouldn't have you have a 50 grand. That would be a one time. Yeah. That'd be a one time, and then you would have probably a certain premium attached to that 50 grand.
To that monthly.
So what would that probably sound like?
So again, like I said, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. That's something that we have to go and see. So let's say,
if you dropping 50 in there, it's gonna be high. It's gonna be a high premium. It's gonna be. I can imagine it being around, $1,500 to $2,000 a month.
Yeah, a month, right.
You know what I'm saying? I can imagine it being like that, because what Brandon said, they put them laws in to make sure that basically, like you say, you're not hiding your money. You're not just evading your taxes. Like, no, if you're gonna get this type of policy, well, you need to afford the premiums that's gonna come with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Blaine, to your question, right? I would do that if I know I had enough capital to access on my own. Like I said, if I dump 50 grand in this joint and they want, you know, however much they want, okay, your cash value is now 40 grand. Well, that's $10,000 less that I got to work with for this flip. That 10,000 may come handy when I'm trying to rehab. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I know I'm gonna flip this in 6 months. So why would I go into that policy to then borrow the money again? Whereas I can make that flip in 6 months. Now I'm sitting at, like you said, an extra 200,000. Now I go on with my policy and I'm a little bit more equipped because now I got a little more cash on hand. And now I actually have I actually had that extra money that I'm trying to get rid of the taxes, right? Or the capital gains. So it just depends on your strategy. And it's not saying that your way wouldn't work, but
ain't that the play? Ain't that the?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's like a high level play. Like at this level I'm at right now, I'm not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? But if I had like a real bag, then yeah, that would be the play. Is to stack, you know, put as much money into this policy and then borrow from that policies to then. But like I said, with them high level policies, you need some high level income, cash flow. You know what I'm saying? To be able to maintain that policy.
Right.
And still be able to make your moves. It's like if I got the 50K and that's all I got, then I need to go bubble with a 50K and then, you know, worry about and get some term to cover the death benefit. And then, you know what I'm saying? Or I got 50K to work with. So I might start a little $5,000, $10,000 policy, a whole life joint and just get it going to practice those principles. But I'm not about to just go all in on this policy to then try and borrow back. Cause then it's like you damn near betting against yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah,
that makes sense.
In a sense, you know.
Yeah. No, like I said,
it could work though, Blank. It could definitely work too. You know what I'm saying? That strategy could work. It's just like I'm not in it for that. You feel me? I'm more like what Brandon's teaching right now is like a wealth building protection tool.
Play.
Yeah. It's like a wealth building protection tool. It's like this money you putting aside and it's gonna grow, it's gonna grow. And it's to the side money. Like realistically, you want to borrow off that money and be able to use it to make more money. But in a sense, like the product is really put in place to build wealth. You know what I'm saying? So you want to protect that.
There.
That's key.
So
if you coming into it already like, man, I'm gonna grab this to do this and flip that and you know, like,
because
like, bro, this you know,
this policy is built up for security, and then you just trying to be risky. This is like they not really, you know what I'm saying? You kind of working against the whole reason of this kind of policy. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to take the security out of it, which is it's cool because it can work in that way, but it's like it's not really meant to be worked that way. You know what I'm saying? Right. The people that's borrowing against this money, they're doing it because one, they have a wealth building strategy, and then two, they can afford the premium, whether or not this money's gonna flip or not. I know my cash flow, my income is going to keep this policy open and together in its own.
Exactly.
So it's I'm
not banking. I'm not banking.
So then it's a rental play. So
yeah,
I'll take the five. I'll take the five.
I'm not. See,
take the 10.
Hey, I hear you, Blaine, but people that's using the strategy,
and then you go owner. Look, listen. So like, all right, Aaron, you got the 50. Boom, right? You got the 50. So what you do is you take the 50 and then you go and buy owner finance rentals where it's like $5,000 down here. You get this one. Now you cash flowing here. $6,000, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you break
the whole point, B, is you're going into it assuming this is going to work to pay your premiums and keep the policy in place. Like you don't want to go into it like, yo, this is I'm taking the money out and I'm taking the money out and it's going to completely a whole different project. Like I already got projects lined up that's gonna pay this policy before I even got it set up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like just
instead of using it, instead of putting it and using it to try to make the money back, bro.
To pay a premium. Like this, the premium should be like, nigga, my rent. Like I know I'm paying my rent every month. Like I'm not even thinking about the next premium, bro. I got that already. You know what I'm saying? And you being able to leverage that you can borrow on your own money is like the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? It's not this borrowing the money to make it flip to be able to make sure we got more money coming in. It's like, no, that's just the icing on the cake. But the basic fundamental of this insurance policy is the security of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you want to come in thinking about it. You don't want to think about like, oh, I need to take this money out to make more money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't need to take it out, I don't need to touch that money. I'm not saying you wouldn't want to, but all I'm saying is you want to make sure you can cover this policy, bro. Like if you lock into this, lock in at a premium that you know you can afford annually, monthly, whatever it is, and you ain't got to worry about it. It's gonna be covered. It's like a bill. It's like, or it's my rent or my light bill. Taking care of this. This ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come in trying to, like I said, bet against or bet on yourself to be able to flip the money you just put into the policy to be able to make more money to pay for your next, you know what I'm saying, the next premium.
Yeah.
Right.
That's risky business.
Yeah, like I said, this is a security thing, and you trying to turn it into a risk thing. It's not. That's not what it was made for. You know what I'm saying? It's not even meant to do that.
Yeah, and like I said, and typically it's two ways to look at it, man. You can practice infinite banking from a starting standpoint to where you're literally using it as a way to save money. Like, hey, like for me, it was like that for me. Like, bro, I never saved $5,000 in my life.
Right.
For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, but me starting my own family bank put a purpose behind what I was doing, and it gave me a purpose to save, right? So I saved it. I'm using it as a savings account. Hey, I want to practice good saving strategies to start off.
So you got to save 5,000 every year. It's
exactly. Now I'm forced to do it.
Now you're forced to do it. Fact.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Now I got a purpose behind why I'm saving. Fact. You know what I'm saying? Because most people that's what I feel like. Most people don't save because they don't know why they saving. Fact. You know what I'm saying? But if I know,
I feel like, to be honest, I feel like I wouldn't want to start this either till I got a certain amount of money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like where I know I'm good, like where I know I can pay my premium at a high premium, where it makes sense for me.
Or like I said, Gab, or just start where you at. Okay, if your goal is to save $1,000 a year, just put the $1,000 there, let it sit there, let it do that because you know that you can do that now. You know what I'm saying? Then now your goals increase. Okay, I know how to save 1,000 now. Now I'm gonna save 3,000 next year. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Right. Okay, we're gonna do it that way.
It's the same way. Like, bro, I plan on having a $50,000 premium one day.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's.
But I don't. But I can't say I don't. I'm not gonna wait till I can do a $50,000 premium.
Right.
I gotta start at 5. I gotta start at 5 and work my way up. This will be 10. Then I'm gonna have a 20. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna have a 50. Like I said, we're not gonna start wealth principles once we get wealthy. Go ahead and start with the mentality now. No, like that. Like I know, like you say, like if you was Gavin, like, man, I know I can do 500. I know I can do that good right now, right? You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, bro,
start there.
500. You know what I'm saying? Then in 2 years or next year, we'll look at your income, what's to happen. We know it's about to go up. All right, bam. Like, all right, bam, let's do it. You at 2,500 a month now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's start this next policy. You know what I'm saying? And do it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he's like, but just like what Aaron said, man, this and that's why I call it legacy, man. Like it's literally, this is banking for like this is really the wealth. You know what I'm saying? The wealth play.
Long-term wealth play.
When y'all see like how they structure, and one thing y'all know is like for instance, like I told y'all, my premium or my death benefit right now is $250,000, right? But when you pay into your policy every year or every month,
it's increasing.
Your death benefit goes up.
Yeah.
So, so somebody may be like, hey, I want a $1 million insurance policy, right?
Yeah.
But you don't need $1 million insurance policy right now. Like this same policy I got has the potential to grow into $1 million policy. You know what I'm saying? Now this one may not have the potential to grow to $1 million policy because it was only $5,000 a month. But I think I think when I'm 65 or something, like it'll be like 500,000.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But let's say I started, but that $10,000 premium or $20,000 premium a month, you may start off with a $500,000 death benefit, but over time it's gonna grow to a 1.5, 2.5, $3 million death benefit.
Facts.
that you're going to be able to pass down to your kids' kids,
Yeah,
tax free.
tax free,
You know what I'm saying?
tax free.
No,
That's
like
crazy.
straight cash. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
That's
it
crazy.
builds up over time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how do we get to the point where, because in the beginning you were saying like these major banks and they started this way. You went through the UIL, or I think it's called UILs.
Hold on. Let me say this too, bro. I can, and it's, bro, Aaron, I'm gonna tell.
How do we see that far down that line then? You
What you
know, as
mean?
far as starting your like to where your, you know what I'm saying, you borrow for the things that we gonna get, the mortgages, all the products and stuff,
Borrowing
to
from
borrow
the
against
family.
yourself. Like where does that, when do we, you know what I'm saying?
When
That's
you
you
get to that
Like,
point,
where is that? Where we so far from that then? If you saying start
no.
at 1,000
nah,
and
bro.
build up.
Like how already planning, like my oldest is 10, right? It's just something simple. Like when she's 16, she want her first car. Like I know I'm gonna have enough cash value in these policies to where if she want to go, when she ready to go buy a car, she go borrow it from the family. You know what I'm saying? It's 15, 20 grand. Start there. You know? But then let's say when she's 25, she ready to buy her first house. You know, let's say that's 30 grand, 10%, or whatever she want to put down. You know what I'm saying? Now we have options. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And that's the thing. And I want y'all to, you know, be able to be flexible and mindful with, like, we can break down and see the benefits of why it'd be beneficial for her to borrow from the bank, borrow from us. But at the end of the day, it gives us options. But we can compare it. I'm just going down, just, you know, financial gain. Yeah, she can borrow from us, but yeah, let's just be realistic. If I want to, if she can go borrow money from the bank at 2%, then, you know, I may go tell her to borrow money from the bank for 2%. If it just makes sense, and we can just keep our money in here and, you know, do what we're doing. But I guess what you were saying, to not go too down the line, is that, bro, it grows like this. That's the thing. I'm thinking 10 years down the road, but I got to start today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm thinking 20 years down the road, but I got to start today, you know? And you know, like I said, it could be as small as, like I said, starting borrowing a car. Then it could be down payment on a house. Then it could be a business loan, you know what I'm saying? But you just work your way up to that point. You know what I mean?
Right. But he's starting where he's at.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He's not trying to like over
Think it.
compensate it. Yeah, it's like if you're not ready, you know what I'm saying? At this point, this may not be the product for you right now. Or if it is a product, you start at your level, what you know you can afford, what you can see. You know, that's why you want to go to your financials, because you want to understand what you can afford. Therefore, you still pricing the principles, because like you said, you might be only doing it with $1,000 today, but it might be $100,000 in a few years. You know what I'm saying? But you want to practice the principle of this strategy, so that you got the fundamentals down. You know what I'm saying? So then when it comes to the game, you already know what you're doing.
Right.
So yeah, Blaine, yeah, you're correct. And initially, with Brandon's policy right now, it may not be the big play where I'm trying to borrow the money and do the whoopie woo, but the fact that he has a discipline to stick it in there every year over time is gonna, one, help him practice the principle of just saving, right, keeping your money, and then two, it's still growing like that. Even at the amount that he put in, it's still gonna grow absolutely every single year.
Right.
So that money is working. That money is working.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I'm practicing saving my money, and I'm practicing my money working for itself.
Right.
Two things that I'm meant, like, it's more, I'm more working on myself than the policy is working for me at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm working on my mentality. Like I need to save more, and I need to have my money working for itself. Right. You know, and then, like I said, you know, over time, once you start to build those principles, once you do got the money, you already know what to do with it at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, and that's where, and it just be general, like that's where most Black people who are going to be getting this new knowledge is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, it's gonna be.
I'm the people, nigga.
It's gonna be the process, and that's
We all are, bro.
Like I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna be the nigga that's tuning in. All right, nigga. This what I got going.
And I'm gonna be the one, like, bro. I'm gonna start teaching this, and we go. You know, we go work it out when we bring it to the people. But I'm the type that's gonna be like, yo, like, nah, you need to just get my 90-day budgeting plan first. Like, I'll check back with you in 90 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, or 6 months down the road, like, we'll check back. Like, I'm not thirsty. You know what I'm saying? I got money coming in. I don't gotta sell you a policy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not desperate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. Like, I'd rather wait till you didn't prove to yourself that you can save, that you understand how this works, that you know what I'm saying, that you can stack some money, right? Then we'll, once like, one thing we always want to know, like, bro, everybody should be able to tell yourself what's your income, what's your expenses, what's your debt, and what's your cash flow. Like, you should know those off the top of your head. Like, you should get to the point where you know your money that off the top of your head like that. I know how much money I'm making. I know what my expenses are. I know what my total debt is. And I know what my monthly cash flow is. And you know what I'm saying? Like, once you get to the point where you understand that and you know it, now I'm like, all right, you're good with your money. You know what I'm saying? You get to that point,
Get numbers.
you know what I'm saying? Now we can structure your policy. You know what I'm saying? But most people, like I said, everybody's somewhere different, and it's, it's not good or bad. It's just we'll just start wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But yeah, like, nah, bro. Like, you just even talking about the bank, man. I can show y'all, like, the bank uses the same strategy, bro. Like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase. Like, I can show y'all, I ain't gonna pull up, but if you go to FDIC.gov and you can look up banks' ledgers, right? Like, where do banks put their money?
Mm-hmm.
It'll show you, like, does banks put their money in stock, real estate, this, that, and the third? Bro.
Same concept. It's the same
50% of their money going into what's called bank-owned life insurance, bro. Billions. They do the same strategy, bro. They protect their money. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
They protect their money. They put billions and billions and billions of dollars in.
That's crazy.
Might need a UIM, nigga. A little risky.
Right.
Tell me about that UIL again.
Hey.
I'm feeling a little bit more risky with my money.
Nah, man. But yeah, bro.
Great information, my boy.
Yeah, man, appreciate it.
I'm gonna start one for sure.
Great information. I got a lot of homework to do.
Start one for $10. You know what I'm saying?
Got a lot of homework to do, man.
Yeah, man. But like I said, bro, my
nigga said $10.
Give my $6 back, nigga.
You gonna qualify, my brother. Nah, but
buy some candy bars on these niggas real quick.
Yeah.
Flip some candy, nigga.
Right. But no, man, it's just about, the biggest thing, man, like I said, the insurance is just a tool, right? That's just the tool we use, but it's been more of a mindset shift for me. You know what I'm saying? More than anything, just like, really, like I said, just understanding the money play, you know what I'm saying? And just like I said, even just realizing, like, dog, like, money is literally a liability until we turn it into an asset.
Facts. I'm thinking about that. That's why I said that, bro. I'm thinking about now. I got a nice stack of money saved, but it ain't doing shit for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what is it?
What is it? Losing money, bro. That's the thing, bro. Your money is losing value, bro.
Really, bro. Inflation,
bro.
Inflation went up 5% this year. 5% already because all the stimulus money being So basically that same dollar that you got there is worth less. You can like, I mean, look at gas. We see it right now. Gas $3. It's not the fact that see the cost of gas didn't go up.
No.
It's just our dollar is
Our
worth
dollar
less.
went down.
So it takes more money to buy the same amount of gas.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how we got to look at it. If your money is sitting in an account that's not doing nothing for you, that same amount of money that you got in there is gonna be worth less next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like it's damn near like inflation damn near compounded right now. You know what I'm saying? Because of all this, you know what I'm saying, money that they printing is just getting devalued. So that's what the banks want to do. That's why they do the same thing. I'm putting billions of dollars into this life insurance just so I know at minimum it's beating inflation, right? At minimum is beating inflation, and I know I don't gotta pay taxes on the growth of that money.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's the two main things that they looking at. But but yeah, bro, that's the thing. Like, you know, even now, like, you know, we talk about, you know, passive income, right? Like that's where we all want to get. And it's just about turning our active income into passive income. You know what I'm saying? And then having it work for ourselves. But and it's about leverage. That's the third thing. Like,
yeah, leverage.
The wealth play is about leverage, bro. Like being able to utilize other people's money. And the fact that the insurance company allows you to turn $1 into $2 automatically, like that's the play. Like, you mean to tell me like I can the same dollar, right? Mm-hmm. The same $1, it bought me life insurance. That's one way. I was able to borrow it. I was able to borrow that same dollar. Mm-hmm. So that gave me $2 with the same $1. Mm-hmm. Then I'm able to use that same $1 and go make more money. Mm-hmm. So I was able to use $1 3 different ways. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that $1 is earning interest. So that's why they call it infinite. You know what I'm saying? Because I can use $1 that I put in that policy multiple ways. You know what I'm saying? Like what other strategy allows you to do that?
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, you know, that's
so Aaron, someone like you, when you say you ain't ready, why wouldn't you just do like start lower?
I could.
You know what I'm saying?
I could for surely do something like that. I'm ready for, you know, like I said, I could do 5,000 right now. I could do 10,000 right now. I definitely could. But somebody like me, like I told you, like I'm more into putting my money out there for a short-term gain, whether that's within the year, 6 months or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I could very well still put 10 grand into this policy right now, right? Which gonna produce me at least 4% minimum, right? And it's gonna be more of a long-term play. But right now it's like I need to create more cash flow. You know what I'm saying? But that policy isn't creating more cash flow more than it's building me wealth. You know, so I'm more so in the business of getting more cash flow. So I can take that same 10 grand, get another Airbnb, and I'm cash flowing $1,000 a month versus that, you know, that the insurance plan, you know, I might put that 10 grand in, it might be 400 at the end of the year, right? It was going to compound. But like I said, I'm in a space where I just need more cash flow. I'm trying to increase my cash flow.
And I commend you for that, bro. Because I'm be honest, I wasn't ready to really do it. Like I'm working on cash flow too. It was just the fact that like I sell it, but I didn't want to sell a product that I didn't have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and made the sacrifice to go ahead and do it just because I wanted to, like, you know, basically back up what I preach. But like technically, like I wasn't necessarily ready, you know, at the time. You know what I'm saying? Or I should say, I wasn't ready to be able to utilize it the way I want to utilize it. You know what I'm saying? That's
right. But like I said,
there's just quicker ways, you know, to increase your, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But
for me though, that's for me. Like, and I understand why Brandon did it, how he doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's his strategy. One, like I said, he's selling these policies, so it makes sense for him to have these policies, know exactly how they work, and B, when he speak about it, he's like, yeah, I have this policy, and I can speak from experience exactly what I'm doing and how it works. You know what I'm saying? Versus somebody like me, is like that's gonna be a great tool for me. Like I said, when I'm ready, I believe a lot later down the line, because one, like I said, I really do need to think about this life insurance. I need to get positive today. But that's gonna be term, because I know with the term I'm gonna get a lot bang for my buck right now. And like I said, right now I'm thinking about more cash flow than I am trying
You
to
got
set up
cash
a
flow, you still got your family.
my long term. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, B, Blaine, that's really where I'm at. I'm in a space where I need more cash flow. So that same amount of money I could be spending on that policy, I know I could get like that Airbnb play. Like I'm gonna make my money back within the same year. So it's like if I spend $7,000 and I make $3,000 profit, and I'm out at profit now, not just cash flow. It's 3,000 profit, and every year after that is gonna be 12,000 a month profit minimum. That's what I'm going with right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So like I said, man, it's different ways to look at it, you know, of when to get started. And another thing I would say is, you know, I would bet that, you know, Aaron and his wife is pretty good with their money. You know what I'm saying? Like they, you know, running multiple businesses probably gotta be. But, you know, so it'd be like, you know, it would be situations like, yo, like, you know, do what you're doing and we'll come back. Now it could be somebody too that like, yo, I just want to get better at saving, right? Like I just want to get better at saving. So what I would do, let's say that's you, B. Like, man, I just want to get better at managing my money. So I would like monitor you, right? Like I say, I monitor you for 90 days. All right, let's open up a savings account, right? Separate bank. Let's put $500 in there each month. You know what I'm saying? And then if we can prove that we can do that just so we can get on better money management habits, then we use that money, you know, to start a policy. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on where you at with it and what you want to get out of it at that time.
Thanks. Yeah, you gotta understand your own financial goals too. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, your financial goals is gonna determine whether this product is right for you right now. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is something I know I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the time right here the time isn't now, because either I'm going to do, like you said, Blaine, just start it just to practice the principle, which I probably should do. And I'm considering that. Like I'm considering just starting something just to know that how it works, inner workings, having the policy, you know what I'm saying, everything that comes with it. But yeah, like I said, bro, I'm in a space.
I would say, bro, you right with plan A though. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand the principles already. You know what I'm saying, and how to utilize it. So you just the fact that you know it in the back of your head. Some people literally they need to do it so then they can believe it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like that's their belief system. But you already know, I understand the game. I understand how I want to use it. You know what I'm saying? And I know I want to use it a certain way. That's why I'm about to get my cash flow up more. Right. Then I can be able to actually utilize it the way I want to use it. So
yeah. So like I said, how I see it is, you know, when you really start, like for me, like I want to acquire as many, properties. So that through seller finance, whether that's renting or Airbnbs, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Like when you sitting and looking at like 20, 30 homes now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, off in 20, 30 homes, I'm cash flowing X amount of dollars. I'm gonna take, like you said, maybe a third or 2/3 of that, you know what I'm saying, of that, and just start putting it in there, putting it away in there.
Blaine, right now you in a similar space on you looking to generate more cash flow right now. That's
my main focus.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we all at. You know what I'm saying? We all trying to generate more cash flow. Now, what your cash flow goal is your own personal goal. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I know I'm trying to deposit $10.40 a day. Like I'm trying to cash flow $1,000, $1,040 a day. Like that's my goal right now. So if it ain't really get me to that goal, as quick, because I need to start doing it fast. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to get this before I'm 30. So I got to move on that, you know, and I understand that this policy isn't necessarily, you know, coinciding with that.
But I just say, bro, and that's why I tell people, bro. And I say it for myself, all good information isn't important, but all important information is good.
Good.
Like,
right.
For you, is like, yo, I understand, and I'm commend you for that. Like, this is good information I just got, but
It ain't
But
time.
what's important is my goal right now. I'm trying to get to this 1,040 a day. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And I would be like, bro, well, like, that's what's important. Let's focus on that. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you got this information today is great. But if it don't align with what your immediate plan is right now,
it ain't.
And then don't feel pressure to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, you know, that's solid. But like I said, there may be the person where like, yo, like I want to start because I want to at least start the habit and I want to start saving. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Well, let's do it. You know what I mean? But this is all about. That's why I always start with people like, what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to my brother Brian, like, you heard about it, it's cool, but like, what are your goals though? Like, what's your financial goal? You know what I'm saying? So he was like, you know, yeah, I want to, you know, stack 20 grand so I can start, you know, so I can get into the real estate game. All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is a good way for you to save. You know what I'm saying? But the same after that, I'm questioning you, you know, I want to do an X amount of dollars, right? But I'm like, well, have you ever saved that before? Nah, yeah, I ain't really did that before. Well, bro, you know what I'm saying? Let me check. We go see if you can do it yourself for 90 days. Then if you show me you can do it yourself, then we'll start the policy. You know what I'm saying? Nice. You know, we'll go from there. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, it just depends on what your goal is at the end of the day.
Facts.
Man.
Dope. Pretty dope.
Yeah, man. But
man, I needed this. I need it often. You know,
man, like you said, bro, man, it's time, bro. We about to turn up, bro.
Yeah, fact.
Turn up, man. I feel like, you know, everything that's been happening has definitely been on God's time. You know what I'm saying? Fact. Like, just it's scary sometimes, for real.
It is. I just said that, bro. It really is.
You know, and just you know, man, everybody just able to just build and grow from each other, and everybody on this call, even right here, man, just bring something different to the table. You know what I'm saying? That we all can tap into, you know, over time, man. So, you know, so let's continue to have a conversation, bro. You know, continue.
But we got to do this on the live, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah,
be ready in August. And get your PowerPoint ready for August, though, B.
I got it.
I already told him.
Oh, yeah. Have it ready for August, cause
I got you.
I'm telling you, the infinite banking system, bro, is powerful, and there's not a lot of people that look like us that have the knowledge to be able to teach it. So you could really go up quick.
And you know? Especially like we said, there is successful Black people. You know what I'm saying they may I don't know. I don't know if they would super know about it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Some people, it depends. You know, you would believe Black people that's successful, they successful.
I wouldn't think
but that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean, because there's a lot of people that's making money that isn't their own thing.
Don't know about it.
That's just a fact for sure.
Facts. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's a lot of.
I mean, there's a lot of rich white people that ain't their own bank. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
exactly.
It's powerful, bro. It's a powerful tool.
But man, bro, I know this was called for me, bro, because like I was telling them, like, man, like I went through this training with my dude Jake Taylor Jacobs, who I got introduced to it before I met him, but he's like how I got really taught it. Mm-hmm. And bro, his training was like $4,500. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I went and signed up for the training, and I ain't had the money for it, right? But I'm like, man, I get it. I'll figure it out. You know, so he had one of his like agents call me, our trainers called me, and you know, we just talking about, she just talking about the program or whatever. And I'm asking her certain questions, and she was just like, man, you know, like, I think I'm gonna sponsor you. Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and sponsor you. You sound like you ready. You know? So like, bro, like God just worked it out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I was supposed to get this knowledge, you know what I'm saying, to be able to do what I needed to do with it. You know what I mean? You know,
you supposed to be in the room, bro.
I was supposed to be in the room, bro. So it was, you know, it was just a blessing, man. Like I said, I didn't tell her I ain't had the money. She just off rip, she was like, man, I just feel like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sponsor you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
yeah,
So
man.
and that's the thing, bro. You have to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. Like knowing a calling and then like execute on it to see it through. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important part. You feel me? Because the same way that you got it, the opportunity, it will be the same way you're gonna lose it. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. You feel me? Just by not being obedient, just by not following through.
Yeah. I told
That's
you might have been up, but I said like, man, like
That's how we started the call.
I should have been had my PowerPoint ready. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
yeah. I hopped on right when you were saying that. I didn't know what was going on, but I literally hopped on right when you said
oh, okay, yeah.
Obedience.
Yep.
Obedience, man. That's how we started the call.
Exactly, man. Being obedient. That's exactly right, man.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
For sure. But yeah, Aaron, I'm what you looking like tomorrow?
Hold on, look at my calendar real quick.
I know I got 2 calls tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm with you. Then I got you and Jackie.
Yeah.
That's at 2-ish though. Then I got another call at 5. After so 2, we start at 2. It probably takes us about an hour. Probably take me and Jackie an hour.
Yeah.
So I think it's like 4. I'm in between 4 and 5, bro. How long do you think it's gonna take to get the policy? You just need my information. Like you got somewhere I can submit my information.
Yeah. I can
Like you got a link or something where I can plug it in. You can kind of work on stuff, and then we can get on the call and see what it is.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. You know, I can, you know, really, I can get like most of the information. We got like 10 minutes, you know, just like, you know, so.
Oh yeah.
All that. But I'm thinking like, cause I know I got a meeting at 4, so maybe like around 6 or something tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, like I said, bro, I could just tell you what I'm looking for. Like I was gonna get, if you can find some policies like yours, I'll get 2 of them, $750 from me, and then get Nadia $750, and then get Charlie one too.
Okay. Yep. So with the
but like Charlie, it might be best to even go whole life or off rip, because I know it's gonna be super cheap anyway.
Yep.
So
you can only do permanent insurance on kids anyways.
Okay, well then permanent for her. Like I said, with me, I want at least $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Really, I want 1.5. That's what I had before. So this one's going off. So yeah.
Okay. Yep, I got you, bro. I'll look it up, run the numbers, and we'll get it together.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
For sure. All right, bros.
Love y'all, boys.
Yeah, man.
All right, love.
All right, love y'all, man.
Yeah, yo, hop on live though whenever y'all ready. You already know we got.
Hey, I'm ready.
Hey, I told Blanche, I said, man, why this ain't on live, bro? You gotta put this up, like.
Yeah, right. Bro.
So whenever you're ready, Brandon, whenever you got some more time, man, we gotta pop on and keep
like it Tuesday or something.
Yeah. No, man, I was gonna tap into you. I want to do I want to do it kind of in a webinar form for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At some point.
And we can do both.
We can work something out.
When you get your PowerPoint together, bro, I can get you people in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get your PowerPoint together though. And I you know, obviously you've seen webinars, so get your PowerPoint together.
Yeah.
Cause basically what we can do, bro, just we can try to build out how we building out our stuff. Like right now.
I gotta play, I'm gonna send you.
Yeah, like right now I'm building out a webinar ClickFunnels for everything that that we teach with the Airbnb space, bro. And like when people ask for my webinar, like I literally sell them to them for like $100. Yep. And that's something that you make one time and you can sell for the rest of your life.
Yep. So
them type of products is like what I'm highly, highly interested in. Things I can make one time and get paid for it every, the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like I said, that passive income, I'm interested in stuff like that. And the webinars is like them hit, bro. And then obviously them webinars are gonna set you up to be able to write policies and you know what I'm saying, things that and teach people about it if that's something you're interested in. So
yeah. Nah, bro. But I was going, we can talk offline about it, but I want to tap into you something like that, and we could, we can work something out, some type of, affiliate or something, just for, tapping into your audience with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Work something out. So.
Yeah, just make sure you got that PowerPoint at least by August though, because we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that panel. Our goal is to get 200 people in the room in both cities. We're gonna do Akron and Columbus.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, that's gonna be perfect timing because I got some stuff that I'm doing with some insurance companies right now that I'm about a few weeks out on. But
Mhm.
you know, once I do that, I'm gonna be ready. So yeah, that's good. But I'm gonna be ready for August for sure.
Bet, bet,
Sure.
bet.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all though.
Yeah.
Yeah, send that info
What?
over that you need from me.
All right, I got you.
Cool.
Hey, text me your email. Hold on, let me.
You on the computer? I'm gonna put it in chat right here real quick.
All right.
You send it over to this email right here. You copy it real quick.
And Gavin, you said you already got regular term insurance?
Yep. On me and all my children. Yep.
Okay. All right, bet.
But I want to talk about it with you. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I got all my information and stuff. Just go over, my plans and see what I would want to do or what I should do moving forward. Because I literally just got them last month, I want to say.
Okay. I got you, bro. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
Yeah.
I got your email here. All right.
Okay, cool.
All right, bro.
All right.
Yep.
All right, y'all.
All right.